No, Paul, you can't go now. Not when you have so much to live for. You and Christine are gonna have that baby. And even though Heather is so far away, she still needs her dad. We all need you, Paul, so much. Especially your firstborn son, Dylan. He's your son, Paul. Dylan is your son. I didn't know it until now. But my son is our son. Paul Dylan is our son. Paul. Paul. Oh my God.
Mariah isn't answering.
And that's my fault?
Well, you're the one who made Noah so anti-Mariah that he ends up setting her up to steal his wallet.
It was only a matter of time before she did something like this.
I can't believe you're saying that. So you hired her thinking that it was only a matter of time before she stole something or committed some crime?
I hired her because you wanted me to.
Now I want you to go find her.
Me?
You're the only one who could convince her to come back.
Even if I don't want her to come back?
No joking. Not when she's out there. She's out there without a friend in the world.
Just be patient, Mariah. Everything will work out.
How? When Sharon is the only one in this town that doesn't despise me.
Besides me, you mean?
Yes, besides you, but how long can you stay in Genoa City for?
I admit I've made some enemies here as well. People who really don't understand me. But I've always kept my eye on the ultimate goal.
And what is the ultimate goal, Ian? How do I fit into it?
Dylan, we need to talk.
Paul is my father, not Ian Ward.
Yes, Paul is your father.
How do you know?
Ian couldn't have children.
He told you that.
I have confirmation. I have proof. I just found out. Ian let me go on believing a lie. He led me to
Do you know what
believe-
this means?
It means that I have caused more turmoil in your life, and that's
Paul
the
could
last
die
thing
because
that
of what I did. I may have killed my own father.
No, God, Dylan, don't think that way. That's not true.
I saw him open his eyes. I thought he was gonna be okay. I didn't think the last rites would be necessary.
Doctor?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Williams. There's nothing more we could do for your husband.
Yes, there is.
Dylan.
I have the same blood type.
No, no.
What about the test that
You were rejected as a donor,
Because
Dylan.
it can compromise my health, not Paul's.
You can't.
What if I want to do this?
Oh, my God.
It's inadvisable.
But not impossible.
Mr. Mack.
Is that a recommendation or is that an order?
Dylan, please.
Mr. Mack.
Is it my choice?
Important to you that I stay here. You don't even want to be seen with me.
Now, that's for your own good. You know that. You're very important to me. That ultimate goal I was talking about is your happiness.
You really think I could be happy here?
Yes, I know that you've led somewhat of a nomadic existence up until now, and I feel partially responsible for that. You've been unable to build any permanent relationships.
Except with you.
Yes, and that's very gratifying for me, but you deserve so much more. You deserve what everybody else has.
It's too hard.
No, don't you give up. You don't let anyone tell you that you're not worthy, that you're somehow less. What, do you want to leave that impression around here?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
That's my girl. All right, you go get some sleep now, okay? We'll talk more about this tomorrow. A little less publicly. And everything will seem better tomorrow, I promise. Okay?
Okay.
You're playing with fire, girl. I warned you what it would mean to cross me. But you also remember what it means to be my ally. When you were useful to me, you profited handsomely.
What are you getting at, Victor?
I think you know what I'm getting at. I prefer an ally. You ponder that thought, okay?
I can do this, can I? I can be the donor.
No, you cannot. According to those tests, your war injuries put you at risk.
Yeah, but what if I accept the risk?
No, Dylan, no.
Mr. McAvoy, I strongly recommend...
I know your recommendation, but there's no legal reason I can't go through with this, right?
I appreciate you wanting to help my brother, Dylan, but nobody's expecting you to make this kind of sacrifice.
Please listen to what he is saying and listen to the doctor.
Take my recommendation or not, it's a moot point. I refuse to do the surgery.
You have the right to refuse Paul the medical attention he needs?
Not at the risk of another patient.
Aren't you morally and legally obligated to serve your patient?
Mr. McAvoy, I've answered your question.
And I'm going to call my lawyer.
Avery's going to say the same thing that I am. You can't put yourself at danger, especially when we have no promise we'll save Paul's life.
But it might. It might. It's his last chance.
Christine.
Michael, you're a lawyer.
Michael,
Please tell me what legal action I can take to make this happen.
tell him no.
Just answer the question, please. What is the law?
I'm aware of precedent cases in which a person has overruled professional medical recommendations in a life or death situation.
How?
By proving that he was a viable candidate and was of sound mind when the decision was made to proceed.
So you have to do this.
No, you don't, Dylan.
Yes, I do. I'm not just gonna let my father die.
Paul's his father?
We shouldn't get into this.
Wait, what is Dylan talking about?
It's a long story, Christine.
Well, I don't understand it.
I was wrong about Ian Ward, even though I had every reason in the world to believe that he was Dylan's father. Paul is his father.
Paul is...
We need to get this transplant done, and I'm volunteering.
It's too risky.
You were the one that said the transplant's his only chance.
I want to do this.
Let Dylan and the doctor work this out, Christine.
But you could die, Dylan. Father, please talk to them, make them understand.
I suggest that we all stop for a moment and consider what Paul might want.
I
If he were
know.
able to speak for himself.
I know that Paul would not allow this sacrifice, especially if he knew Dylan was his son.
What about my life with Paul?
All right. How much time do we have to make a final decision?
None. If this is to be done, it needs to be done now.
You can't do it, Dylan. You can't.
Well, certainly Ian Ward is no one's idea of a father.
It's not what I meant, Avery. Ian
He's behind you.
Ladies,
Dylan told me that he asked you to be tested to see if you were a match for Paul.
regrettably, I was unable.
I think you mean unwillingly.
I need a refill.
You fully recovered?
From?
Being held at gunpoint by that troubled young man?
You keep bringing that up.
I'm just reminding you that your past has a way of catching up.
And amazingly, yours doesn't. Somehow all the horrible things you've done and the innocent people you've hurt, it doesn't affect you at all, does it?
Well, unlike some, I've learned from my experiences.
What have you learned, Ian?
Well, if I share that with you, it'll prevent you from making your own journey of self-discovery, Avery. But I will tell you this. What I do know will prove more valuable than anyone even imagined.
The doorknob's loose. You better get that fixed. Someone could break in here.
Well, good thing there's nothing to take. What do you want, Nick?
I came to apologize to you for jumping the gun and assuming you took Noah's wallet.
Great. Bye.
I also want you to come back to the underground.
No, you wouldn't, but I'm guessing Sharon would.
I'm doing this for Sharon.
You must really love her.
I do. And for some reason, she needs you in her life right now. But there's gonna be a few rules.
Hi. Where's Nicholas?
He went somewhere. He'll probably be back soon.
So? How are you doing?
Are you seriously asking me like you care?
I do care, yeah. You still trying to recover your memories?
That explains it. You're wondering if I've remembered my dangerous secret, the one that supposedly will hurt Nick. No.
But you're working on it.
No, I've set that aside and my anxiety over it. I'm just enjoying what Nick and I have right now. So I won't be asking for your help to put the pieces back together.
All right. As you wish.
There is something I would like to ask you, however.
Really? What's that?
Tell me everything you know about Mariah, please.
Take care, Avery. And try not to dwell too much on the fact that you put a killer back on the street. Could happen to anyone.
Oh, Avery, thank God.
Nikki, you look all flushed.
Shut up, you bastard. You let me think that you were Dylan's father, and you knew all along that was impossible.
What?
I need your help. I need you
Wait
to
a minute,
come.
what did you just say about
He
Ian
is
being-
not Dylan's father. Paul Williams is.
Paul?
Yes, and now that Dylan knows that, he is determined to save Paul's life.
Oh my God, he's gonna have the surgery.
He can't do that. That's right. He won't. He can't.
Please, come. You can get through to him. I'm so glad that I found you. I was going.
What new rules?
1, you're not gonna wait until you save up the entire amount to pay Sharon back. You're gonna give up a portion of your paycheck until your debt is paid.
Well, that's gonna take a while.
2, you will form a truce with Noah, however unpleasant that may be.
Hey, he was the one who tried to set...
Maybe if you stopped getting in everyone's face with all this attitude, you would stop provoking people. 3, I'm gonna let you start working behind the bar so you can ring out.
Really? You're gonna trust me with the till?
Let's be clear about something, Mariah. I in no way, shape, or form trust you, but this gesture will mean a lot to Sharon. And plus, I think you'd be an idiot at this point to steal from me after you saw how quick I was to call the police.
You make a good point. I was raking in the tips, and there are worse jobs, so... Yes, I will come back.
One other thing.
Oh my God, why is there always one other thing with bosses?
After you've paid back Sharon, you will leave Genoa City.
I know nothing about Mariah.
Well, you may never admit this, but you did hire her to haunt me, and I know you would never employ anyone without vetting them first.
What have you learned about her?
Just that she had a difficult childhood. She had an absent father and an uncaring mother.
She told you that?
Did you hear something different?
You want to be rid of her?
No, I don't want Mariah gone. There's something about the girl. And it's not just the resemblance to Cassie. There's something about her that, I don't know, it really touches me.
So you're glad she's here?
Well, I'm not about to thank you for putting me through the hell that I experienced, but I get the sense that Mariah came into my life for a reason.
Yeah, you may be right about that.
It's gonna take me a long time to pay Sharon back. Unless I get a big raise.
Don't push it.
Fine. Fine. Years from now, when I'm all paid up, I'll hit the road.
There's one other thing.
No, you already did your one other thing.
Sharon is a very loving and nurturing person. Do not take advantage of that.
Okay.
And don't pretend like you care.
Hey, I'm not pretending.
Sharon's had her heart broken numerous times. Don't cause her any more pain. All right, that should be a little safer.
Well, thank you. You didn't have to do that for me.
I'm just trying to make sure that no one comes in here and steals the money you owe Sharon.
Thanks for going to bat for me.
I was just stating the law. Paul is a friend, so is Christine. But Nikki has a valid point.
Look, I made a decision that...
I know everything. I know about Paul and Ian and what you're gonna do.
Good, that saves me some explaining.
Okay, listen to me. I understand that you feel responsible for what happened to Paul and that you wanted to help him even before you knew that he was your father, but I'm begging you to think about you and me. I can't lose you again. Dylan, what do I have to do to convince you not to do this?
It was quite a burden I handed over to you. Giving you information that was so critically relevant to your friends. I apologize for that, Leslie.
Really?
As you said, this news was bound to come out. Ironically, from another source as well.
And since that's the case...
You're a damn good lawyer. I owe my freedom to you. And I will always be in your debt.
Well, thank you for that, Ian, and thank you for being so understanding. Sounds like you're not going to report my breach.
If we don't pay for our mistakes, Leslie, how will we ever learn from them? Oh, that's probably the Bar Association. I had a nice long chat with someone there.
What can I do for you, Dad?
I came to tell you that your mother has moved back to the ranch.
She moved home.
Where she belongs. And there's something else that she would like to tell all of you. But I'll leave that to her, okay?
Where did you go?
I found Mariah, and she's going to come back to work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you ready to go home?
Yes.
Okay.
So Sharon has taken quite an interest in that girl.
Yes, she has. Thanks to you for bringing her into her life. In fact, into all our lives. Thank you.
You're not too happy with her, are you?
I don't trust her.
Nor should you.
Do you know something?
Not yet.
Thank you for saying whatever you did to convince Mariah to forgive you.
Well, I don't think I'm forgiven, but we did reach an agreement.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's go home so I can show you just how much I love you.
I know how much.
No, please, you can't back out now.
I didn't think so.
You ready?
I survived before, so I can come back to you. And I'm gonna come back to you again. I promise.
I need to take you to pre-op. I need to get you and Chief Williams prepped for surgery.
Just 1 second.
I love you.